Kind of curious how we're going to be alerted as to the presence of the DLC.
Why is
there
my
be like a thing that pops up, or
just what is happening?
Is this a novel Oblivion bug?
What the fuck? What is going on?
Yeah, it's locked in block mode. Presumably.
Ah, there we go. Oh. No.
No, you just drew your sword and it went away because it can't hold those two animations simultaneously.
I don't understand what's going on.
Do you have block functionality?
Maybe my alt key is stuck or something? I don't know. Now
Hi everybody,
good.
welcome to Spoiler Running. Today we're learning how to do block keys and whatever.
Today we're learning a as yet novel form of blocking that exists in the fighting game community that somehow you've never heard of, and yet it seems like everybody else understands besides you. This is used by every single fighting game manufactured since 2007, and the universal symbol for it is a Cyrillic H.
Isn't that just a regular H?
It's not, but I don't know what it is.
What's the best shape for a shield?
I mean, do you want an honest answer to that?
What's the dishonest answer?
I mean, the dishonest answer is do
you want me to go into
detail? An isosceles triangle.
The honest answer is it depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay. I'm in a fight, and the other guy has a sword.
What are you?
Who's hitting you with what? How hard?
How many of you are there?
How strong are you?
I'm fighting one other. No, okay. I'm a merchant on the road, alright? And I have to keep my wares safe. Two guys jump out, and they both have swords. But they don't have shields, they just have swords.
Wait. Okay, they have swords,
You're
but not
probably fucked, to be honest.
No, here we go. I actually know the answer to this one. The best shape for your shield is like a 6.5-foot Norwegian. You should be of goodly stock, and well armed with a two-handed axe.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably just a big circle, honestly. Probably just a big circle.
Well,
the answer's wrong.
I mean,
you just need a gun.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
all right, yeah.
We didn't specify what era of warfare we're talking about.
Oh, well,
so
you should have.
After certain
out
point,
on the roads
don't
to
really,
Cumberland, Maryland,
you know.
And a couple of vagabonds stepped out into the street wielding blades.
The Wild West! They had swords in the Wild West, right?
Just like a couple guys with cavalry sabers hanging out on the road to El Dorado.
Like left over from the wars and whatnot.
Anyway, we were going to go and murder God, but hey, speaking of bandits,
we should. We really should.
May we murder God?
Yeah. So last time Sheogorath had us play a prank on the village, which involved rats and then murdering sheep, and then he made dogs rain from the sky that were also on fire. So Mumbles has decided that we're going to kill him now, which you can do.
With that. Yes, I would like to kill him.
You can do. Should we return to Sheogorath's shrine to get his thing first?
No, we should do it afterwards. We should specifically do it afterwards, because it's going to be very funny.
And then we'll go back to whatever quest we were fucking doing before.
Okay.
Because I forget, I genuinely forget whether they wrote around the fact that this is going to make things very complicated from like a lore and narrative perspective. And I'm excited by the idea that we would be one of a fairly rare
fence around here
number of people populating the use case of this very, very narrow scenario.
In Dragon Age Origins, you can drop an entire temple, part of a temple, on a character named Liliana, and then she shows up later no matter what you chose to do.
You chop off her head.
I'm pretty sure you murder her real good.
destroy the temple that she's in, and then she just kind of shows up, and when you ask about it, she's like, eh. I actually don't know what happens when you ask about it.
God,
is that even an option?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna look this up because that's never been a way that I've played it. But I've heard that she shows up.
Neither have I. Does anybody?
If you are a monster who kills Liliana, like, don't comment, unsubscribe, and never watch this channel again.
Goodbye.
But seriously, tell us in the comments what happened before you leave.
It's you. Hi.
If she was killed in the first game, Liliana will explain that she awoke at some time after her death, still in the temple, and believes the Maker resurrected her. Holy shit.
I mean, I guess technically that could be legit, maybe?
Well, she thinks that she's God's... She thought that she was chosen by God in the first game. Like,
Yeah.
she basically thought that she was like a bard for God, so...
This would be cooler if we had a water walking necklace or spell or something.
Oh my gosh.
You want to know the...
Sorry,
What?
I have to just say this really quickly. At the end of the final DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition, if she is not chosen to be divine, it's revealed that she was a lyrium ghost. A motherfucking lyrium ghost. Let's go.
Okay, that's...
What the fuck is even going on in Dragon Age? Dragon Age lore feels like a game of football that's been played by, like, one team over the course of, like, 8 different team rosters for about 20 years. Where they've just been, like, passing the football on the same pitch, it's the same football, playing the same points against the same opposing team, but just, like, the members of their team keep switching out and just being like, what was the play? I don't know.
My plan for my next Dragon Age video would be Hot Nug Summer, but it might be Lyrium Ghost now.
Wait, Hot Nugs Summer?
That's the title of the video. It's gonna be a whole video about Nugs, my favorite creature in Dragon Age.
Nugs?
Yes! They're like little piglet dog thingies, and they're maybe ancient gods or some shit that were put into little piglet dog thingies.
This sounds like you're describing, like, a portable virtual pet from, like, 2005.
Yeah, it's basically a Neopet, which I fucking played when I was 12.
Show me what you've got.
Okay, are these, like, are these enemies? Are these, like, collectibles? Are they party members? Like, what
Can
are these?
be mounts. They can be mounts, but most of the
Mounts?
time they're just...
That is
Yes.
not where I was expecting this to go.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right.
can be. They can be mounts. But most of the time, they're just cute little piggies that are running around. And in the first game, you get to, like, go chase them. And then, apparently dwarves have nug races, where they, like, race the nugs. It's so cute.
This looks like if you mixed a rabbit and a mole.
I know.
Yeah.
How do you
Unfortunately,
mount this?
the only
Look at the
game
mount,
where mounts
like, search
show
for it.
up is in Inquisition, and you should really just never ever use the mounts in Inquisition.
The battle nug is a type of exotic nuggalope. Oh my god.
Yes. And look at all the different variations it can be.
No, go away.
Tittles
I'm not-
Majoris?
I love them so much.
I'd stay back from that.
It's gonna be a
If-
hot nug summer.
Nothing that's gone in.
It was like, did you have Tittles Majoris in Dragon Age Inquisition? Like, if somebody said that, I would assume I mixed, like, a fond nickname for an extremely well-endowed potential party member.
Wrong. I'm just here to warn folks to stay away. Look for yourself.
So anyway, there's a weird door on a floating island in the middle of the bay, and this is apparently how we kill Sheogorath
Yep.
in an extremely indirect fashion. Fun fact, I've never actually played the Shivering Isles.
I have, and here's how I would describe the experience. It's like it's a home run of just like wacky aesthetics and narrative and stuff that just like totally pushes the boundaries of what they were doing in the rest of the main game, and just really manages to aggressively show off every single limitation this team has in the process. Like every single limitation this game and this project has, because when you make everything wacky pants banana absurd, but then you have to give it Oblivion gameplay, you start to realize just how grinding these dungeons are. Oh, this is awesome though. Like okay, let me say, I'm not being facetious when I say that everything else is really cool. This is badass. Like everything that's happening here in like this area, it really does feel like they got to pitch a lot of cool ideas and actually run with them. This is like a little taste of Morrowind to me.
What can I do for you? I imagine you're here about the door. Yes.
I love this guy. He's like the god of madness is extremely straight-laced Butler. He's a fantastic character.
They actually did something with his face as opposed to all the other faces in the game where they're just kind of Play-Doh.
This whole section gets to be what if they actually did something.
Lord Sheogorath.
Yeah.
I
was planning on playing this in my most recent playthrough, but then I ran out of Steam, so never got there.
You approach the Shivering Isles.
What were you saying, Chris?
Door behind me.
I was just going to say I love the idea of the God of Chaos having this like really stoic butler, because you can just easily picture the God of Chaos being like, I need a barrel of weasels and a bunch of lube, and he's just like, yes,
because
sir.
My lord wills it to be so.
Just like dutifully doing whatever crazy, insane, chaotic thing that his master demands.
It is a doorway, an invitation. Perhaps you will accept it for what it is.
Also, that's a really wide chain around his neck.
I do not know. My lord seeks a more.
I love his collar. I actually like the fashion of this area is pretty on point generally, if I recall correctly.
Is it like Jester? It's giving Jester. Is there Jester here?
I mean, it has a motley vibe, but like he's not literally a jester now, except in the sense that his own like banal melancholy perfectly contrasts Sheogorath's mania.
Prepared. Their minds are now the property.
We need more crazy, like wacky, evil gods.
You speak as if they are diseased. They live now in another state of being. Perhaps it is you.
I don't know. I don't remember Skyrim having any.
Do as you will. You may
encounters with deities quite this entertaining.
Your life will be none the worse for your time spent here.
No, most of the.
Or you may continue
the Daedric quests
through the door behind me.
Skyrim were just
if you can pass the gates of madness, perhaps the Lord Sheogorath will find a use for you.
This feels like a character that like 10 years previously would have been voiced by John Cleese.
There are always choices to be made. The realm of madness is no different in that regard. Your choices are your own. Enter or do not.
I suppose it's also nice to be in the DLC where they could shell out for another voice actor.
When you have made up your mind. The anticipation,
you know, just one more.
Too much to bear.
I do kind of dig the contrast here, though. Like you get the metronome and just like the calm demeanor of him, and just like versus the chaos of like what we just did last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wait.
So it's like we talked about it, like where you have to have like if you've got a god of madness, having this kind of contrast is nice.
Let's be.
Also, do appreciate that they make you sit down.
Have you? Fine. I'm sure my lord will be most pleased, assuming you.
Is the DLC level scaled?
You'll want to pass through. It
is, but they actually have a minimum level that you need to be before you come through here.
Like strangers to the realm. Enjoy your stay.
Oh.
Yeah. This is fucking radical.
Okay.
Just straight to Alice in Wonderland.
That.
I do think it's a little funny that when they make their wacky wonderful, bizarre world of just like kooky, out of the box design, it looks pretty much exactly like Morrowind.
Yeah.
So we're actually in a realm of Oblivion right now, aren't we? Like,
this is the man's
like
the Demezin of Sheogorath. By the way, it's Sheogorath. Apparently, I've heard.
Oh, really?
Since like listening to myself talk last episode, I remember hearing his name pronounced so in various places. But I always used to say Sheogorath back before they had any real voice actors for these games.
I am currently silenced. Oh, this guy.
Yeah. This is like where things get. Remember, I talked about the contrast between their off the wall creative vision for almost everything, and then just the actual gameplay experience. Yeah. Welcome to Insane Goblins.
It really is just Morrowind.
I mean, it's a land of diversity. It's got other stuff going on, but this part's pretty much Morrowind. I mean, I don't mean to imply that we're gonna. I don't mean to imply we're gonna cross the threshold. It's gonna turn into something radically different than Morrowind. But I mean, there's stuff that's going on that would not necessarily be at home in Morrowind. Again, I actually played this for the first time long after my canonical Oblivion playthrough. I only did this for a stream when I was in college, so I
remember that.
Did they sap your stamina while you were mid-jump?
I think so.
Yep.
Is that just gonna be a thing? These guys are like, oh, those ones get... Oh, hey... Incidentally, our destruction has hit 50? Or is that 25? Yeah, 50. That dagger weighs 12 pounds.
Fucking Oblivion. How much did a dagger weigh? About 12 pounds, I guess.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that stream 5 million years ago. And you just basically went through the entire DLC by running away from everything.
I take exception to that. I didn't run away from everything. I ran through and past everything. Basically, I took... If you want to imagine what 90% of the gameplay functionally looked like when I did it, dear viewer, just imagine like a tube. Imagine like a cardboard tube, and then you put like a cockroach in the cardboard tube, and then just like roll a bunch of marbles around the cockroaches. And that's pretty much what I was doing. Every dungeon, every realm, every quest for 5 hours.